And finally, we have Mr. Michael Bush from Fredericksburg, Virginia, majoring in political science with minors in leadership studies and communication, and he has served with the Natasha House for the last 4 years. Come on up, Michael.
All right. Well, first off, I thank you, Brandon, for putting my model portfolio out there for sure. Make sure to split the profit with you. So, all right. So, how does one change the world? Solve these huge problems as we live through multiple catastrophes a day and see the perpetual rise in poverty, hunger, homelessness, war, and hatred, let alone rises in sea levels, droughts, wildfires, natural disasters, and global diseases. These are literally the conversations that you have with Bonners each day. I promise you not a day goes by where you can't walk into V's office and spark up a conversation about the craziest current event going on in the world, and for it not to turn into 2 hours of your time wrestling with these big ideas. From my experiences talking with Sydney about religion and big picture spirituality, Noah about volunteerism and the white savior complex, Claire about culture and the study of human consciousness, and Brandon about literally everything. Along with the big ideas in communication, my Bonner experience has been defined almost totally by being a servant leader. What I like to call that style of leadership is mentorship, leading by example, putting your best foot forward every single day so that others can watch you and even learn from you silently. Our cohort had led a meeting earlier this semester called Tap Someone Who, and it's a gratitude exercise where 5 people in the middle of the circle go around to those sitting in the outer circle and tap on them according to the prompt. The people in the outer circle have their eyes closed. I had been sitting in the outer circle for a question that said, tap on someone who you think embodies intentionality, and I had received tap after tap after tap after tap after tap. And it was a wake-up call to me. I do act intentionally, and others notice, and there is no other response I would have other than to be persistent in my behavior and to be thankful for those that notice. Mentors and everyone must learn to teach. You have to be a lifelong learner in order to be a lifelong teacher. My majors line up exactly how I envision my success in mentoring others. Political science gives me the why for my service. Understanding the political situations that affect the population I serve is crucial for my service to be any bit impactful. Communication is the what for my service. What exactly will I say? What things do I need to pay attention to when I'm communicating? And what is the message I'm looking to convey to the population I'm serving? Last but not least, leadership depicts the how for my service. I need to know how I can achieve a goal in order to do such things, how I can navigate past hardships and roadblocks, and how the end goal is supposed to look, sound, feel, smell, and even taste like. My goal has always been to improve the lives of others. One lesson that I've learned throughout my time in Bonner is what seems small to you can be gigantic and monumental to others. At the Natasha House, we sit down with the kids living in the home and go over lesson plans on topics such as financial literacy, self-esteem building, guiding them through arts and crafts projects, music appreciation, and as a part of my senior capstone, civic engagement and good citizenship. These lessons are simple, yet effective in providing value to the children. After helping to plan, market, and execute the biggest CNU event on campus with over 1,300 people in attendance and raising thousands of dollars, my brain was conditioned to view some of the projects at the Natasha House as small, which has a specific connotation to it, right? I found that the bigger the event or project, the better, because it would be more impactful, right? I found that assumption to be so drastically incorrect. It brought me to tears that I could ever downplay anything about the impact that the Natasha House has had on the lives of mothers, children, and volunteers like me. I've spent time with many kids over the past few years. It's been quite a roller coaster ride, I will tell you that. The laughs, the temper tantrums, the tears, the smiles, the fears, the worries, the questions, and the joys. Kids are mini adults. A lot of these things that kids do are common traits you see in many adults, hence their ability to mimic our behavior. Way too many times I've left the Natasha house learning from others more than I've actually felt like I've taught others. But that is the beauty about firsthand service such as this, where these exchanges shape not only the lives of those within the recipient population, but the impact turns reciprocal when the volunteer engages with the population with intentionality and purpose. Mentorship is about connection and building community and teaching others how to live peacefully and operate peacefully within civil society. I will preface my next few statements by saying that whether one is doing behind-the-scenes service work for their service or out doing firsthand service projects like me, both are essential to effecting positive change and are respected avenues for pursuing a passion in community engagement. If you want to do more than just behind-the-scenes service and experience what it's like to be a part of the community in which you are engaging, mentorship is a great opportunity to do so, because no matter which nonprofit, school, organization, or group, there is always need for members to help a community from the inside out. Up until the summer, before starting my freshman year at CNU, I was so incredibly blessed to have both my parents in my life for 18 years, up until my father passed away on Thursday, June 28th, 2018, while my entire family was on vacation in Montego Bay, Jamaica. That day, I had lost a person I could go to ask questions about life. Everything from how to do my car maintenance checks, to filling out my new financial aid, to remembering certain deadlines, let alone sharing any of the laughs, temper tantrums, tears, smiles, fears, worries, questions, and moments of joy. That my young champs share with me each day that we interact. After losing him, I grieved and expressed that grief in many different ways, privately and publicly. Yet after almost 4 years of him being gone, I have figured out that his death made me appreciate life more than ever. It made me cherish the living, the relationships I had built, the people who have been there for me for my highs, my lows, people who treated me with kindness, and people who simply exist and cross paths with me. Each day I hear a lot of people take for granted certain aspects of this life, such as the simple ability to do these things with someone they love on a daily basis. And sometimes it takes a mentor to provide one with a perspective that could change the way one sees their own life and the lives of others. Over my college career, I've been in multiple spaces. I've had the honor and privilege of not only being a part of so many groups and conversations, but I've been blessed to be called to lead those groups and conversations. From becoming the chapter president of the Upsilon Beta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and representing our 757 area of Alpha chapters at multiple district and regional meetings and conventions, to being asked to be speaking on 3 different diversity, equity, and inclusion dialogue discussions while serving on the President's Council of DEI here at CNU, to splitting my service between the champs at the Natasha House and leading service projects at the Youth Volunteer Corps at Hampton Roads, to becoming a site team leader for the Natasha House, all while in PLP making ends meet by picking up a job in the political science department, doing flyers and social media posts about events and professor research, and even sometimes drive for DoorDash if there's ever a free moment, while attempting to start a podcast, doing spoken word poetry, and yup, school fits in there somewhere. My word of advice for those who come after me is to move with intention, because you, by your positive routine that has lasted only 2 weeks or over 2 years, of you doing the simplest of actions, such as expressing many acts of gratitude, kindness, and empathy, those many actions that you think are for your fulfillment are impacting, changing, and saving individual lives in this world. All it takes is one, because everyone's world matters to them. And a mentor is the person that comes into your life and makes it better than it was before their presence. Mentors leave a trail for someone else to follow and to do it the right way, so that when the mentor leaves this earth, they have instilled a legacy into one other person that carries out the behavior necessary to affect another. And that is how you change the world, one person at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. All right. Man, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and I don't know about you guys, but it gives me so much hope to have these guys going out into the world. I'm blaming you for this one, Michael.